What's going on, people? It's your boy King Jut, and once again I'm back again with another video. So today we will be discussing Deshaun Watson and his future with the Texans. Will he play? Is there a possible way that he will be on the field? Well, I don't know about that, people. After a week away, Watson returned to the field in uniform Monday morning, taking a moment to speak with Texas general manager. When it came to determining Watson's level of participation without physically being there, and truly depending on who you ask, Watson wasn't doing much of anything during early portions of practice, but other reporters in attendance detailed a scene in which Watson just was not participating. Watson then walked off the field and entered the team's indoor facility. That means that Deshaun Watson may not be playing. Watson remains under investigation by both NFL and police after being accused in 22 separate lawsuits filed in March and April of sexual assault and misconduct. The quarterback's trade request remains in place, and the team has been willing to listen to the trade offers. Now, with that in mind, it does not appear that Deshaun Watson will be playing week 1, let alone the first preseason game. He's still Deshaun Watson, but at this point, looking at how this is all panning out, I don't see any way that he will be playing. As of now, the Houston Texans will rely on Tyrod Taylor as their operating quarterback. So there's a couple things in place, and we'll just look at the Texans roster. Looking into the roster, Tyrod Taylor at the quarterback in the absence of Deshaun Watson. Also have an addition added to the Texans this year, running back Mark Ingram. At the wide receiver positions, the Texans also have Brandon Cooks, Chris Conley, and Anthony Miller. With this offense on the field, I do believe that the Houston Texans can be a good team. But just the thought that Deshaun Watson is not in the equation of this team is pretty disappointing. Because if Deshaun Watson was somehow willing to stay with the Texans and play on the field, I do believe that this team could be a very good team and could be a competitor in the NFL. So, looking into the defense, don't see any other big names on there. You got Shaq Lawson. No really big names on defense. That is a struggle that the Texans have had the last couple seasons, is with their defense. Now, losing DeAndre Hopkins was a tough loss for the Houston Texans. Things were not going well with the organization. Steam began to hit, and it appears that Deshaun Watson lost his number one target out the door. Now, with the rebuild of the Houston Texans, will Deshaun Watson stay? Will Deshaun Watson play? We don't know, people. We're going to have to tune in and see what goes on with this situation and see how it pans out. There are a lot of trade rumors going around as of right now, considering that Deshaun Watson came into practice. He showed up, but he didn't show the will that he wanted to play. And it seems to me that with the bad blood between him and the Texans and him coming out openly requesting a trade, don't know how this situation will work. But if Deshaun Watson somehow plays this season for the Houston Texans with this roster, Houston Texans can have success. Tyrod Taylor will fill in for Deshaun Watson, having some very big shoes to fill. But if the Houston Texans play their cards right and they can use Tyrod Taylor, and Tyrod Taylor can play at a top level, this Houston Texans team can really, really succeed. So, I'm curious to know your thoughts. If you want to leave thoughts in the comment section and let me know what you feel about this, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. As of now, Deshaun Watson lands at 4th string on Texans quarterback depth chart, and it does not look like there is any clear potential for him to be playing for the Houston Texans in the preseason, let alone the real season. But who knows? Things may change. At this point, Deshaun Watson is still in a legal battle, and he has requested a trade. So with him being fourth on the depth chart, showing up to practice, saying that he's injured, do we know if the injury's real? Do we know if he really wants to play for the Texans? This is a similar trend where some athletes go into injury mode because they do not want to play. This is a typical thing that they do. So this is a mechanism that's used when they are trying to get out of their deal or go somewhere else where they are unhappy at, and it's time to move around. So with that in mind, we'll have to be optimistic about Deshaun Watson playing for the Houston Texans. If the Houston Texans make a trade, what do they need to recoup? That's the question. Do they need to take Deshaun Watson and go for a number one top elite defensive player just to stack up their defense? Because they do have some good offensive pieces. Or do you want to pass off Deshaun Watson for a quarterback, which, let's be honest, you might not get that much value if you're doing a swap out for Deshaun Watson, because, I mean, it's kind of like downgrading your car, right? But let's just hope that Deshaun Watson figures it out, and let's just hope that we can see him once again on the football field, because we all know he is a starring talent and people come to the stands to see him play. And his college coach once said that he is like Michael Jordan. Whatever that means, I don't know, but he has proven himself in the NFL with a lot of stats. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Until next time.
You know, digital is pitiful. The way I got the game is pivotal. Smooth criminal, Mike Jackson. Kill the mic, man, it might happen. Oh man, this is like rapping. I remember all night trapping. All I see is bright lights flashing. Got it messing up my vision. Really hoping and I'm wishing that these boys get the tripping. Breaking bread like Jesus Christ. Those is rats, these is mice. Yeah, I'm cold like freezing ice. Man, I put